How's it going, ladies, gents, and otherwise amazing people? Today, we are bringing you a little bit of bonus content here. When we had recorded the screenplay episode, we had some extra recordings on the side that ended up not being able to make the cut because it was too long. We thought we'd give you a little bit of an extra nugget of content here, and react to one of Jack's recordings that he did. It is a 20-minute long recording of him storyboarding for his screenplay.
Yeah, I think this is when I start to go a little crazy. I think
just a little,
just a little bit. This was day 2. This is after I'd done a lot of writing.
This was like your stabbing of Tim.
Yes, this was my stabbing of Tim.
The turn of Billy Jack.
Yes. Oh boy. Well, should we get into it here?
Yeah, let's go ahead and start it.
It's going to be fun. Hey, everybody. How we doing? So we're here the next day-ish. Let me fix this here.
I also love all the clutter in the background.
I know. It was just like, it was a crazy time. I had a little bit more writing, but I've had some like really freaking good ideas. So, and I'm gonna draw them here for you guys. So obviously we start off, Also, I'm covering up when I'm drawing right here.
So oblivious to it.
Had no clue.
Earth. You were staring at the screen.
I know, and I had no clue.
So what was this? Right, this would have been on your second screen, right? So you're just focusing on this screen.
Yeah,
that rookie mistake.
And then we have like our oceans.
So we just get all these sound effects. I have no idea what's happening.
Yep. And then we have the Irish people, who kind of like, they're like.
This is like getting a clear image of what goes on in your head.
Those are the worst bins I've ever seen. But they're like, it's chaos.
This could be like its own genre where you like take people doing something, but then take away what they're doing to where it's just their like reaction, making them look crazy.
Yes. So then, fast forward all this time later, Earth, which kind of looks like this.
Mm-hmm. That's what Earth looks like.
That's Earth. Alrighty.
I love the all green for
land.
Do you put the blue in there?
I think I do. Kind of land. I'm an artist. Water.
Your art for this is something.
Alrighty. So then they send our new ship, which looks like also so you guys can visualize this.
What were you looking at? Was there like
it's like a Pringles can,
pre-drawing
drawing? It was just like my phone kept getting notifications.
Oh,
with like
you were looking for inspiration for the ship, so you drew your phone
exactly around it.
What was the Pringles can? Where did that come from?
It's like a magnetized thing.
It's just like
I was thinking. I was on the spot because I was recording when I was talking about it. I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, what is a spaceship?
Maybe
like
this thing vibrates. Pringles can with a hula hoop.
Yeah.
As we all know.
And it works with magnets.
How?
And like it vibrates and that's how they move.
You just say things? Why do you just say things?
But anyways, so that's our people right there. Okay.
So not Irish.
They're trying to go to where
our people.
These people are going.
Irish people aren't our people.
Go to this place, but we don't really know where it is. We know it's in a certain like solar system. Like a bunch of different planets,
the potato.
Exactly.
Solar system. Did you draw the potato?
I don't think I did either.
You should.
It's got really some planets around it. Maybe one of these planets.
It could have been like its own planet.
Oh my!
Like it kept gathering.
Something like that.
Gathering mass.
The ultimate potatoes here and there.
What's at the center of this planet? A potato.
Or maybe it's like one of those planets that has like 80 freaking different moons.
Maybe there was no solar system until they threw the potatoes.
Doesn't make any sense. I don't think that works physics-wise.
And then they just made their own solar system using their own potatoes.
Right. So our people end up making it to the planet that the Irish people are on. But then, cut to on the surface of the planet, we have our main character, Philip. He's standing there. He's like...
He's so tall.
He's like, oh, because he's like, there's like this person on the ground who's like almost dead. You know what I mean? He's like, this guy's like, you know, maybe even like he's
almost dead. One eye's an X.
Looks like he's playing
So then
tic-tac-toe.
Philip's talking to
His
him.
face.
You know, he's like, what happened?
So you can
they
visualize
only
him
find
talking.
this
Exactly.
guy and then
How else would you know?
other people alive. Let's go like, oh god, reverse.
Drawing in reverse so hard.
So they find 2 other people alive. And then, so, you know, like the other landing party people are helping these people out, you know.
Yeah, this was exactly the image that was going through my head when I was
it gonna
reading
be
it.
Philip?
So
Exactly.
Pretty impressive.
That's
Philip.
what
it's
I was
gonna be
going for.
Mona. And then I was thinking it would probably be a security person. So it would be Michael.
Double M's. That's
Michael.
confusing.
That was
Oh, is that why
look
you
at
put
me.
this?
Look at me.
Right, so Philip doesn't know everything they're saying.
Mo
but
and me.
He's talking with this guy. And this guy's like,
Me and Mo.
laddie.
Be a TV show, Mo and me.
Oh, they're fucking monsters. They got us all. They look like us. These fucking monsters. And Philip's like, what does that mean? What are you saying?
Why does Philip sound like that?
Get it. Oh my
Why-
God,
What's
this
going on
is
with
so
Philip? Is he having a
scary,
migraine?
Crazy. And this guy's like, watch your fucking back. The monsters are everywhere. They look like us. And then he kind of like dies, you know, and then he goes like full dead.
Then he has
And
2
then
X's.
Philip's like,
Exactly.
oh my God.
He won
And he's
tic-tac-toe.
like, you know, the
Two in a
lost
row.
life. Walks over to them. And then he helps
That's
them
him
like,
walking.
load
That's
up
him
their,
walking.
like these people onto the ship. So then they all circle around back into the ship, right? But then
You know, it does make
turns
more
into
sense
kinda like,
seeing this compared to the
alien
final
almost,
image.
right? So we're on the ship.
Exactly. This
And
makes
then-
sense.
I can kind of follow
Oh
it
no!
now.
Yeah.
Lonnie, our boy Lonnie,
Just an L. Oh, they might confuse it with L.
he dies.
He dies. What? Spoilers.
He dies.
Right. So Lonnie's dead.
Do we
and
know
then,
how?
You
just
know, everybody's like,
said he died.
you know,
He's dead.
because Mikey and Cerulean
Cerulean's head is
really big
messed up.
fans of Lonnie,
What
right?
is
So
what's going on with
Philip
Cerulean?
and Mona,
Mona's got a tiny head.
you know, well,
I would never follow a captain with that size head.
Honestly, yeah.
they're like, did you two have anything to do with this catastrophe, this death? And they're like, no.
Lonnie dying is not a catastrophe.
And Philip's still kind of like,
It's a blessing.
what?
He's
does
so
that
great.
mean? But he hasn't even had time to like tell anybody yet because this stuff happens so quickly.
Like
Then we have
Mona
our
would be
two
trying
Irish
to like give
people,
out an
right?
award.
Okay, one is gonna
Oh,
be
Like, here you go. Congratulations. Thank you.
one's gonna be Sean.
Who's Sean? Is he one
Sean's
of the
one
Irish?
One's gonna
Irish
be
people.
Patrick.
I cannot tell that that's an E after that S.
What?
It looks like an O.
Sean and Patrick. So you have Sean and Patrick, and then Mona, and everybody's also kind of like, you know, like, hey, is it you guys? It be you?
That's what that.
And then they're like,
That's what they would say.
they're like, nah, mate.
The more you go, the more I'm not certain you know what a storyboard is.
You know, they're like, crikey. Don't know how to spell that. Crikey.
What kind of Irish person says crikey?
And then so, you know, everybody's kind of like dishing it back
I was
and
going
forth, back and
insane. I don't
forth.
know what you
Nah,
were.
My
mate,
intelligence
crikey.
has to win, right? So what happens
Like
is,
perfect Irish.
then all of a sudden,
Yeah, the Irish dialect has really changed since they left
we
the
get,
planet.
Yeah.
Sean dead. And, you know, and then Patrick's like, he's like, "Nar, Sean." Right? He's very sad,
Wait, okay.
you know,
So we.
instead of happy. He's
You
not
want to pause
happy.
this?
Yeah. What you got?
I just want to clarify this. So we already know that on this planet, monsters are impersonating the Irish people, right?
I don't know. Oh, actually, yes, we do learn
'Cause
that. in
you
this.
say that
oh,
yourself.
we do say
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And then So I've already explained my issues with them taking them on board and then trusting them and stuff.
I said,
but now one of them is dead, and somebody else is dead.
Yeah.
We know that there's a possibility they're a monster. So there's only one left. I wonder who the monster.
no, but there's
is.
2 monsters. Because remember, they can switch into other people.
Yeah, but still, Patrick is at least one of them because
Oh,
Sean is
true.
dead.
Yeah, but Sean is dead, so they don't So they would be like, wait, why would he kill his own people? They're the last 2 Irishmen alive.
But he's not actually. Patrick's not actually Irish. He's a monster.
But they don't know that.
But they would because Sean is dead.
But they, what do you mean? Sean is dead.
One of them has to be a monster because people are dying.
How do they? Really? It makes sense.
Okay, good.
Stop thinking.
If you just stop thinking, it makes perfect sense.
Yes.
And then so he starts accusing everybody else about it. And, there's a lot of like interfighting, right? But then all of a sudden, Phillips, he's like, hey guys, like, this dead.
Now would be a
mofo right
good
here
time to tell you
is
guys.
telling me, he's like,
that guy.
there's this like
he said there was
monsters,
monsters,
like
that could impersonate us. I don't know if that has anything to do with this. Oh yes, the monster that I thought was floating in space when I first saw your storyboard, the finished product.
Yeah, he's not floating,
That would have been so cool though. Just a giant
That would've
monster
been nuts.
floating in space. And he's such a happy guy. He's such a happy guy too. He's like cute and cuddly. I'd snuggle with him.
Yeah.
they just
Might.
really get this
I
monster.
love that you give him armpit hair.
I felt like he needed it.
It does
Those
work
monsters
for
are
him.
Oh. And Philip's like, this guy was telling me these monsters, they look like people. And then so nobody knows who to trust. Like it goes like crazy. So then Mona.
That makes sense
she's
why
like-
they wouldn't
she's
ever
like,
trust Patrick then. Like, they should have just killed Patrick.
And she locks herself in the cockpit.
Mona's just like, oh, we don't trust
AKA,
anyone. Boom.
Yeah.
The
Problem solved.
bridge. Right? So she stays in there. She just wants to make sure they get back. So they're like over here, right? But then she wants to make sure they get back to Earth. So she's just like chilling in there, trying
Just
not
chilling.
to die.
People are dying.
Yep.
She's like, hey, we just gotta make it back home.
Philip, he's the first. He's the first mate.
Is there an S in there?
And so he
Don't
goes
worry
up
about
to
it.
the cockpit door and he's like, hey, like, hey, let me in.
I love that you can't continue the
man, I'm
sentence
the
until you
monster
make
who
the
isn't.
sound.
They need to
And
know
so
who's talking.
Philip, he's like, how can I prove it? And then Mona's like, I don't know. What gift did you get me for my 30th birthday? And Philip's like, a fucking
30 is a young
telescope.
captain.
And she's like, damn,
Yeah,
dog.
you know?
Okay, come on in.
She's moving up the
Right,
ranks.
so
I feel like it's
Philip
not that
and
young for a
Mona-
captain.
It's kind of
They'd be
young. It's
chilling in
younger
there.
side.
Yeah.
Like
And
that's
then
something that would be
they're
respected
kinda watching
or
so okay.
questioned.
So right, so now they're gonna be watching
being a
security
30-year-old
cameras.
captain.
Yeah.
So it goes to like Among Us after someone dies, right?
That'd be
Turns
me
into
being a
Among Us.
captain in 5 years.
And then
Do you think
we
I could
get
be a
like
captain in
alien
5 years?
kind of
No.
also in
No.
there. And then it turns into Five Nights at Freddy's.
Well,
'cause they're
what?
watching the monitors, they're watching all this stuff go down and talking. And then all of a sudden, you know,
Freddy's. I'm so smart.
they see this guy, this big freaking guy right here. They see him on the cameras, right? And for like a split second, they're like, "What the fuck was that?" And Philip's like, "That must be the monster mash. He's doing the he is doing the monster mash. Look at him.
He's not
like, "That
moving.
must be the monster."
What do you mean?
He's got his arms up. You're fucking that. You're right. Like that's the monster. And then so after the monster, and then like so obviously there's Sean's dead. He'd be dead. Lonnie dead. We're definitely
X's
gonna have
over the X's in the eye.
Michael die because Michael's not very bright. He's not a very good security guy.
He just dies.
So then
Nobody
Cerulean
notices
and
until
those
the
two
end.
left. with
I'm like, hey, where's Michael?
Patrick, but we don't know who's the monster, right? And so Philip and Mona are like, I think we both need to go out there. We need to get them in a room. We need to start asking questions, see what's what. And then so they go out there, right? And then so they're like, listen, sir, Cerulean, with the flying fuck, like, but they don't know that much about Cerulean, so it's really hard to ask them. So they're asking him about like, what did you fight with our boy Lonnie about? What were you two? Because remember, these two were like, they're like duking it out, like, like a boxing glove. They're like duking it
It's
out.
more like a crab claw.
It's a boxing glove.
Are you feeling me now, Mr. Crab?
So then they're duking it out, and they were like, "What were we fighting about?" And Cerulean's like, "Why does that matter?" They're thinking it's Cerulean, but really he's just an angry little fuck.
Just an idiot.
Then
Who says,
Patrick.
why would that matter? Guess we're trying to eliminate suspects, you idiot.
Listen, the antagonist has to win really hard.
Earth in the first place.
Instead of making your antagonist
story.
smart, you just made everybody else
dumb. Yeah.
But then
Not a comedy, though.
No, it's not funny.
It's serious.
Look at this. This is
Antagonist has to win,
serious.
right? How do we do that? So obviously at this point, both of Cerulean and Patrick, turns out these two are both the because they picked up two people, but it turns out they both ended up being monsters. So these two are also monsters.
Well, Patrick was one of the two.
So it's right. Philip and Mona versus.
Said they picked up these two,
two
and they were
monsters.
monsters, and then it winds up that these two
And
are
so
monsters.
it's getting real tough, but they don't know
Something
they're
like that.
both monsters,
Semantics.
right? Duh. They're trying to figure out who's the one monster. They couldn't even freaking comprehend the fact that it could be two different monsters, right? They don't have the mental freaking capacity to think
Imagine
those
one
things,
monster wiped
'cause
out that whole
they
planet.
don't even think
my
about it. It's crazy.
They're like,
Two
only one
monsters.
monster could have done this.
So
An
then-
entire civilization.
It could
All of a
happen.
sudden,
Godzilla,
Mona
King
is
Kong.
like, I
They
can't do
didn't wipe
this.
out an entire civilization.
they could've.
They barely destroyed a city.
And she rushes
What about
back
when
to
King
the
Kong gets
cockpit,
his
to
big
the bridge,
axe?
locks herself in. Philip's like, no. And then so all of a sudden he looks behind him, and there's no more Patrick or Cerulean. There's no more them. It's just the monster. And
How many
Philip's
times
like,
have you circled that monster?
"No, no." And then so monster kind of fucks him up. Right, so, does that work? Okay, maybe we reverse it. Okay, so actually,
See, but this helped
Mona
me
isn't,
formulate
so
how I wanted
Philip's
to
like,
end it.
"Oh,
If I ever got that far.
I'm very stressed out. I can't do this. He runs to the cockpit, and then so Mona's like, "Nar, let me in." And then Mona's dead. Monsters kill her.
Panics immediately.
He watches down the cameras. He's like, "Oh my lord!" Or no. Maybe he doesn't see it on the cameras. Maybe at that point, I bet. Okay, that's how they come out of the cockpit. Cameras go down, right? So, see this thing right here.
See this thing? This is a camera.
See this?
See that right there? That's a camera. So these cameras, they go down.
I just love
no more cameras.
like the things that you.
So that's why they leave the cockpit to go talk
you mark
to
as significant
Patrick
enough to draw.
and
like
Cerulean.
the boxing glove.
And then
the
that's
camera.
when Philip's like, I
Like
can't do
they
this.
don't
He
know what
rushes
I'm
back to
talking
the
about.
cockpit.
Damn, let me draw it for him.
Locks himself in
yeah.
there. He doesn't know what to believe.
They couldn't visualize what I was picturing.
No,
Here's a
they
little bit of
couldn't
commotion
visualize
outside,
a
doesn't know what's
security
going
camera.
on. He hears Mona.
Nor the
she's
metaphor of
like,
a
come
boxing
on,
glove
let me
is
in,
like,
let me in.
Conflicts.
Right, but so
Exactly.
Mona's
They wouldn't
dead,
know.
right? She got killed by them
This
freaking
is art.
monsters. But since this monster can turn into, people, he turns right into Mona, and he's like, "No, come on, let me in." Right? So Philip, he's like such
I would never let somebody in talking to me like
such
that.
a tiny Among Us brain. He doesn't get it. He
He's
doesn't
the
get fact
only
that,
one left.
Everybody's dead. He's the only
He
one
knows
left.
he's not the
He
monster.
hears that. He hears Mona and he hears Cerulean.
It's been really funny. As if he's like, it can't be Mona. It has to be
Mona's
me.
like, Cerulean proved
Shoots
to me like
himself.
he's
That
good,
would
he's
be
real.
great.
And Philip's like, what do you mean he proved it? She's like, listen, like he proved it. Like he's good. All right, he's not a monster. We've locked Patrick in this room. You're good. Come on out. We're going to figure out what we got to do with Patrick. So he comes out. He starts talking with them, like, what do we do with Patrick? And they're like, I don't know. Let's freaking, I don't know. So they all have their...
Do they kill
guns,
anybody?
right? And then so
Or
they
do they just
open
get
the
killed?
door.
No, they only get killed.
And, like, they, and,
They're
know,
so
they
incompetent.
look in there, and Philip's like, where is he? He's like, where is he? And then he's like, he doesn't hear a response right away, and he turns to look, and they're both the monsters. And then Philip's freaking donked, dead. And then so maybe we have the narrator back at the end, and the narrator is like, these two monsters made it back to Earth. Everyone thought, because, okay, maybe one person's Irish, maybe one is like Mona. So people are like, oh, a lot of casualties, but we got an Irish person back. They can tell us all like the Irish lore. And then the Irish person's like, not yeah, like,
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, like, I'll tell y'all whatever you want to fucking know. But it turns out, like, and then my neighbor's like, but, that the monsters ended up taking over planet Earth as they do many other planets.
Also, this would not be viewpoint.
They just spread their seed
Oh my
across
God, I didn't even
space.
think about that.
You didn't think about,
planting
if I kill the main
seeds
character,
So if
I
I
no
kill
longer have
him,
viewpoint.
oh my God, that would just be end.
conquer, crazy, and that's it. I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, pretty
sense.
good. I mean, I feel like this makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Pretty great, honestly. Oh, I just realized, in case you were curious,
See, look, I show it. Look at that. That's
we have them
us when we had Ireland.
spaceship right there. But yeah. Anyways,
I like the little accent
hope this
ring you
made
did around
sense.
the one planet. Where it's blue.
Yeah, you like that?
I think it does.
The details
But
put
yeah,
into this.
this is
I'm a
basically
true
my
creator.
screenplay. Great. I'll talk to you later.
Oh, true creator.
was it.
That's it.
All right. Did it never did you just think because the antagonist had to win that everybody had to die?
Well,
And
yeah.
they had to be overwhelmingly
Well,
against
once
it.
I had,
they
like-
don't do anything. They just die. They just go and die.
They try. They try.
Also, if everybody's dead, who's the Irish narrator? Who's there to tell the story if everybody's dead? Especially Irish, because you already clarified that the Irish people are dead. There's only 3 people left, and one died as soon as they
Maybe
landed.
it's someone on Earth who studies Irish lore.
And just talks like an Irish person constantly.
Yes. Maybe that's me.
Instead of an Elvis impersonator, he's an Irish impersonator.
Exactly.
All right. All right.
Boy.
Yeah, that was it. Just a fun little recording here of us reacting to his glorious storyboard.
Yeah.
We do have one little extra snippet here
We
at the end of
do.
this. But yeah, we'll see you next week for our next actual episode.
Yeah, which was going to be our, I guess we won't say it yet, but
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun
it'll be
idea.
fun. It'll be a little more chill than
Oh yeah.
last few episodes.
Yep, for sure. But we think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
So we'll see you then.
See you then, and enjoy this clip.
I woke up, took a shower, started writing, storyboarded, wrote a bunch more, had a pizza delivered, and then, was eating while writing, and now I'm writing, and after this, I'm going to be writing, and then in my sleep, I'm going to be dreaming that I'm writing. And then when I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to quit my job and write more. And then I'm just going to keep writing until I have no more money. And then I get thrown out on the street. And then I'm going to find leaves and use my feces to write on the leaves.
And then when it's winter and there's no more leaves, I'm going to go up to the snow and I'm going to write in the snow. And then when the snow melts and it becomes spring, I'm going to get a job at a landscaping company and I'm going to trim people's like hedges and I'm going to write words in those. And then at that landscaping company, or at the same job, when I mow their lawn, I'm gonna like write things in their lawn, and then I'm gonna work my way up the corporate chain at that landscaping company, and then I'll be able to write. I'll be a manager, and I'm gonna write like memos and stuff. And then, eventually, I'm going to own the company. And I'm going to make a lot of money. And then, I'm going to retire from that company with a 401k. And then, I'm going to write more screenplays. And then, my grandkids are going to write my obituary, and then someone's gonna cremate me, and then they're gonna spread my ashes in a pen ink factory, and then I'm gonna be writing on pages forever.